In the vast tapestry of Asia, there are lands that shout their beauty from the mountaintops and others that whisper it through ancient alleyways. Iran belongs to the latter. It is a country often seen through a narrow, clouded lens of headlines and politics, yet beyond that veil lies a masterpiece of human history, culture, and breathtaking landscapes. This is a place where poetry is not just written in books, but is etched into the very stones of its cities. For too long, its treasures have remained hidden from the view of the casual world traveler, a secret kept by those daring enough to look past the shadows and seek the light within. It is a destination that doesn't just offer sights, it offers a profound connection to a civilization that has shaped our world for millennia. Imagine tracing the footsteps of ancient kings, wandering through bazaars that have buzzed with life for centuries, and standing in awe beneath the turquoise domes of magnificent mosques. Iran is a sensory journey. It is the scent of saffron and cardamom drifting from a spice stall, the intricate patterns of a Persian carpet that tell a story in every knot, and the gentle murmur of Farsi spoken in a sun-drenched tea house. This is not a land of fleeting trends, but of deep, enduring traditions. The hospitality of its people is legendary, an unspoken promise of kindness that greets you at every turn, often transforming a simple trip into a collection of deeply personal and human experiences that stay with you long after you have returned home. The sheer diversity of the country is staggering. You can journey from the snow-capped peaks of the al-Mulk mountains to the sun-scorched emptiness of the Dasht-e-Kavir desert. You can explore the lush green forests along the Caspian Sea coast and then travel south to the warm turquoise waters of the Persian Gulf. Each region has its own distinct character, its own unique dialect, and its own culinary delights. This rich mosaic of environments has fostered a resilient and resourceful people, whose artistry and ingenuity are visible everywhere, from the sophisticated engineering of ancient water systems to the delicate brushstrokes on a miniature painting. Iran is truly a world within a single country waiting to be discovered. For those of us who travel not just to see but to understand, Iran presents an unparalleled opportunity. It challenges preconceptions and rewards curiosity with moments of genuine wonder. It's a place that reminds you of the immense depth of human history and the powerful bonds of shared humanity that transcend political divides. To visit Iran is to peel back layers of time, to engage with a living culture that is both ancient and dynamic. It is a journey that asks for an open mind and in return offers a glimpse into the soul of one of the world's oldest and most fascinating civilizations, a true hidden masterpiece of Asia. Something remarkable has been happening in Iran. Against a backdrop of complex global relations, the country has seen a quiet but significant surge in visitors. Between March 2024 and March 2025 alone, reports indicated that 7.4 million international travelers crossed its borders. This is not a trickle, but a steady stream of new pilgrims drawn by a unique trinity of attractions. They come not just as tourists in the conventional sense, but as seekers. Some are in search of spiritual solace, others seek physical healing, and many more are hungry for a connection to a history that feels both epic and deeply personal. This growing wave of visitors is reshaping the perception of Iran as a destination. A major driver of this new influx is what is now called health tourism. Iran has quietly become a regional hub for medical procedures, attracting over 1.2 million health tourists in 2024. People from neighboring countries and beyond are drawn by the high quality of care and the affordable costs for treatments, ranging from complex surgeries to cosmetic enhancements. This sector is now considered one of the country's most internationally competitive pillars, alongside its more traditional draws. The global market for health tourism is enormous, and Iran is carving out a notable and growing share, turning its hospitals and clinics into modern-day destinations for healing and renewal. Alongside this modern phenomenon is the timeless pull of faith. Iran is a cornerstone of Shia Islam, home to some of its most sacred shrines, particularly in the cities of Mashhad and Qom. For millions of pilgrims each year, the journey to these holy sites is a profound act of devotion. This religious tourism forms a constant, powerful current in the flow of visitors into the country. It is a deeply spiritual travel that has existed for centuries, weaving a network of faith and connection across the region. These pilgrims bring an atmosphere of reverence and purpose, adding another rich layer to the country's diverse travel landscape. Finally, there is the enduring allure of culture and history. For every pilgrim and every patient, there is a traveler with a dog-eared history book in hand, eager to stand before the ruins of Persepolis or get lost in the blue-tiled splendor of Isfahan. These are the cultural explorers, drawn by the promise of seeing UNESCO World Heritage Sites firsthand and experiencing a civilization that has been a crossroads of empires for thousands of years. They come to witness the legacy of Cyrus the Great, to admire the genius of Persian architecture, and to immerse themselves in a culture that has given the world so much in art, science, and literature. Traveling to Iran as a Westerner is to step directly into a bewildering paradox. On one hand, your own government likely issues stark, unequivocal warnings against all travel. Embassies publish advisories filled with phrases like risk of arbitrary detention and reconsider your need to travel, painting a picture of a perilous and hostile environment. These official cautions are not without cause, rooted in complex geopolitical tensions and documented cases of foreigners being detained on questionable grounds. Major tour operators in Europe have even ceased their Iranian itineraries, deeming the risk too high and the responsibility too great. This creates a formidable barrier of fear before the journey even begins. Yet once you arrive, you encounter a reality that feels worlds apart from those dire bulletins. The overwhelming experience reported by nearly every visitor is one of extraordinary, almost unbelievable hospitality. Strangers will invite you into their homes for tea, share their meals with you, and go out of their way to help you without expecting anything in return. There is a genuine curiosity and warmth extended to foreigners that is deeply moving. Many travelers have confessed to feeling safer walking the streets of Tehran or Isfahan at night than they do in major European or American cities. This profound disconnect between the official narrative and the on-the-ground experience is the central puzzle of visiting Iran. This warmth is not a performance for tourists. It is a deeply ingrained cultural trait known as ta'aruf. It is a complex system of etiquette and politeness that prioritizes the guest, often to a degree that can be confusing for outsiders. A taxi driver might refuse payment, or a shopkeeper might insist a small item is a gift. While it is a social dance that requires some learning, its essence is one of generosity and respect. This pervasive kindness from the Iranian people creates a powerful sense of safety and belonging. It makes the stern warnings from back home feel distant and abstract, replaced by the tangible reality of human connection and a welcoming embrace. How does one reconcile these two opposing truths? The paradox lies in the separation between the people and the state. The hospitality comes from the public, a population proud of their heritage and eager to show a different face of their country to the world. The warnings, however, are based on the actions of a government that views certain foreigners, particularly those with dual nationality, through a lens of suspicion and political leverage. For the traveler, this means navigating a space where you can be treated like family by the people you meet, while remaining an object of potential interest to the authorities. It's a delicate balance that defines the modern journey to Iran. There are few places on Earth where the weight of history feels as present and powerful as it does at Persepolis. Located on a vast plain in southern Iran, this ancient ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire is a testament to a level of ambition and artistry that is difficult to comprehend. Founded by Darius the Great around 515 BC, it was not a city for living but a stage for empire. It was here that kings received tribute from the far-flung corners of their domain, a realm that stretched from the Indus Valley to Ethiopia. To walk among its colossal columns and exquisitely carved reliefs is to feel the echoes of a superpower that once ruled a significant portion of the known world. As you approach the site, you ascend a grand double staircase, its steps deliberately shallow to allow nobles in their long flowing robes to climb with dignity. At the top, you pass through the Gate of All Nations, once flanked by immense stone bulls with human heads, symbols of power and wisdom. It is here that delegations from across the empire, Lydians, Babylonians, Egyptians, and Indians, would have waited to present themselves to the King of Kings. The sheer scale of the vision is humbling. Every stone seems to whisper stories of grandeur, of immense wealth, and of a sophisticated multicultural empire, built on a foundation of relative tolerance and respect for its diverse peoples. The most remarkable feature of Persepolis is the stunning quality of its bas-reliefs. Carved into the walls of the great audience halls, these intricate sculptures depict processions of tribute-bearers in meticulous detail. You can distinguish each nationality by their distinct clothing, hairstyles, and the gifts they carry, from textiles and jewelry to powerful horses and even a Bactrian camel. These carvings were a form of imperial propaganda, a visual declaration of the empire's might and reach. Yet they are also a beautiful celebration of diversity, each figure rendered with a sense of humanity and individuality. They are a frozen parade of history, preserved in stone for 2.5 millennia. But Persepolis is also a story of destruction. In 330 BC, the magnificent complex was looted and burned by the armies of Alexander the Great. The reasons are still debated by historians. Was it a calculated act of revenge for the burning of Athens or a drunken accident? Regardless of the cause, the fire brought an abrupt end to the glory of Persepolis. Today, as you walk among the scattered columns and scorched stones, you feel both the majesty of what was and the tragedy of what was lost. It is this duality, the ghost of unparalleled splendor and the scar of its violent end, that makes a visit to Persepolis an unforgettable and deeply moving experience. There is an old Persian proverb that says, Isfahan is half the world. Isfahan nesfe jahan. Spend even a day in this breathtakingly beautiful city and, well, you will begin to understand why. Isfahan is not just a city, it is a living museum of Islamic art and architecture, a place where every bridge, mosque and palace seems to have been crafted by poets and dreamers. It was at its zenith in the 17th century under Shah Abbas the Great, who made it his capital and transformed it into one of the most magnificent cities of its time. Today, that golden age feels wonderfully alive. Its elegance and beauty preserved in the turquoise domes and sprawling public squares that continue to enchant all who visit. The heart of the city is the immense Naqshi Jahan Square, now known as Imam Square. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the largest city squares in the world, and honestly, it is a masterpiece of urban planning. It is framed on all four sides by monumental structures: the ethereal Sheikh Lotfullah Mosque, the Grand Imam Mosque, the soaring Ali Kapu Palace, and the entrance to the sprawling Imperial Bazaar. To stand in the middle of the square, with its fountains playing and horse-drawn carriages trotting by, is to be transported back in time. It is a space designed for public life, where commerce, worship, and royalty converged in perfect, harmonious balance. The mosques of Isfahan are its crowning glory. The Imam Mosque, with its vast courtyard and towering iwans covered in intricate blue mosaic tilework, is a symphony of color and geometry that, honestly, leaves you speechless. But it is perhaps the smaller, more intimate Sheikh Lotfullah Mosque that captures the heart most completely. Designed for the private use of the royal court, its dome is a marvel of delicate cream-colored tiles that shift in color with the changing light of the day. The play of light filtering through the latticed windows creates a serene, almost mystical atmosphere inside. It is a space that feels less like a building and more like a gateway to the divine. Beyond the square, the city's wonders continue. You can wander for hours through the labyrinthine corridors of the Imperial Bazaar, where artisans still practice crafts passed down through generations, from hand-stamped textiles to intricate metalwork. In the evenings, locals gather under the arches of the Kaiju and Siose pole bridges, which span the Zayanda River. Here, men often sing traditional songs, their voices echoing in the ancient chambers beneath the bridge. This is the soul of Isfahan, a city that is not only a monument to a glorious past, but a vibrant living community where beauty and art are woven into the very fabric of daily life. Traveling through Iran, especially as an independent visitor, means learning to read between the lines and navigate a landscape of unwritten rules. The experiences of those who have made the journey offer a compelling look into this delicate dance. Take Aymeric, a young Frenchman who decided to cycle across the country in 2023. He was deeply moved by the kindness he encountered daily, but he also took careful precautions. He used his camera sparingly, kept his itinerary simple, and consciously avoided any conversations that could be remotely political. He believed that by being a respectful and unobtrusive tourist, he could guarantee his own safety. It was only later, upon reflection, that he described this belief as naive, realizing the situation was far more complex than his actions alone. Then there are seasoned travelers like Ingrid, a European woman who has visited Iran multiple times, drawn back again and again by its culture and people. She consciously disregards the official warnings from her government, viewing them as overly cautious. However, her approach is not reckless. She is meticulous about following local laws, especially the mandatory dress code for women. She operates with a heightened sense of awareness, reporting that she often felt she was under heavy surveillance by authorities. Her story highlights the mindset of many returning visitors, a calculated acceptance of risk, balanced by strict adherence to the country's regulations and a deep respect for its cultural norms. These personal stories reveal that the primary challenge is not physical danger from crime, which is remarkably low, but the ambiguity of official scrutiny. The lines of what is considered acceptable or suspicious behavior can feel blurry and subject to change without notice. For many, the strategy becomes one of maintaining a low profile. This might mean refraining from photographing government buildings, avoiding large gatherings or protests, and being mindful of who you speak with and what you discuss. It's a constant, low-level vigilance that runs counter to the carefree spirit of travel, but one that many deem a necessary price for experiencing the country's wonders. The experiences of these travelers paint a picture of a journey that is as much psychological as it is physical. It requires a unique blend of openness and caution, of embracing the warmth of the people while being ever mindful of the watchful eyes of the state. These are not holidays for the faint-hearted, but for the deeply curious. They are for those willing to navigate a complex environment in exchange for a profoundly rewarding experience. The stories they bring back are not just of beautiful places, but of navigating a world of unseen lines, where a friendly conversation and a government directive can represent two entirely different realities. Traveling to Iran today means stepping into a country that is not only grappling with external pressures, but also with significant internal turmoil. The shadows of recent events loom large, creating a tense and unpredictable atmosphere that all visitors must acknowledge. The widespread protests that erupted across the nation following the tragic death of Mahsa Amini in police custody in 2022 sent shockwaves through Iranian society. The subsequent government crackdown created a climate of heightened security and suspicion, particularly towards any activity perceived as disruptive. For a traveler, this means the ground can shift beneath your feet without warning. This internal political climate has direct and serious implications for foreign visitors, especially those from Western countries. The Iranian government has been accused by several European nations of practicing hostage diplomacy, a strategy where foreign nationals are detained on often vague charges and seemingly used as bargaining chips in international disputes. By mid-2025, it was estimated that around 20 European citizens were being held in Iranian prisons. These cases serve as a sobering reminder that a foreign passport does not guarantee immunity. In some circumstances, it can make you a target of interest for the authorities. The story of Leonard Montelos, an 18-year-old French-German national, underscores the very real risks, particularly for independent travelers. In June 2025, he disappeared while on a cycling trip through the country. The strong suspicion was that he had been detained by Iranian authorities, his adventure abruptly ending in a nightmare of uncertainty for him and his family. His case highlights a critical point. Even with the best intentions and most cautious behavior, a foreigner can unwittingly cross an invisible line. The risk of arbitrary detention, however small in statistical terms, is a heavy and frightening possibility that colors any journey to the country. For the potential tourist, these perils create a profound ethical and practical dilemma. Is it responsible to travel to a country where your presence could be misconstrued or where you could become a pawn in a larger political game? There is no easy answer. It requires a deep and honest assessment of personal risk tolerance. While the vast majority of visitors experience nothing but warmth and hospitality, the shadows of unrest and the documented cases of detained foreigners serve as a constant, chilling reminder that in Iran, the political landscape is an inseparable part of the journey. The challenges facing Iran's burgeoning tourism industry are not confined within its borders. The country is situated in a volatile region, and geopolitical tremors frequently send aftershocks that impact everything, including the flow of visitors. A stark example was the 12-day War of 2024, a brief but intense conflict involving Israel and the United States against Iran. Such military confrontations, even when short-lived, have an immediate and chilling effect on travel. International flights are disrupted, borders become tense, and the perception of safety plummets, causing a sharp and sudden decline in tourist arrivals, particularly in sensitive sectors like health tourism, which saw patient inflows temporarily dry up. These external shocks compound the difficulties already faced by the tourism sector. The industry had been on a promising upward trajectory before the world was upended by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2019. Like everywhere else, Iran's tourism came to a near-complete standstill. The recovery has been slow and fraught with setbacks. Just as the country began to reopen and welcome visitors back, it has been hit by waves of internal protest, regional conflict, and the persistent weight of international sanctions. This creates a challenging environment for businesses trying to build a sustainable tourism economy, as they are constantly bracing for the next unforeseen crisis. For the traveler, this geopolitical instability adds another layer of complexity to their plans. A trip to Iran requires more than just booking a flight and hotel. It demands constant monitoring of the news and a flexible mindset. A regional flare-up could lead to sudden border closures or airspace restrictions, potentially leaving travelers stranded or forcing last-minute cancellations. This uncertainty makes long-term planning difficult and can deter all but the most determined visitors. The dream of exploring ancient Persian wonders can quickly be overshadowed by the modern-day reality of drone strikes, political rhetoric, and the ever-present threat of a wider conflict erupting with little warning. Despite these immense challenges, the resilience of Iran's appeal is remarkable. The historical and cultural gravity of the country is so strong that it continues to pull people in, even when the journey is fraught with obstacles. The tourism industry, though battered by sanctions, pandemics and war, stubbornly persists. Small guest houses continue to open, local guides remain passionate about sharing their heritage, and the desire to connect with the outside world is palpable among the Iranian people. This enduring spirit in the face of constant geopolitical tremors, is a testament to the powerful allure of the nation and the hope for a more stable future. So why, despite the stern government warnings, the risk of detention, the internal unrest, and the regional instability, do people keep traveling to Iran? The answer, I believe, lies in the human thirst for authenticity and connection. In a world that feels increasingly homogenized, Iran offers something raw, genuine, and profoundly different. It is a destination that does not pander to the whims of mass tourism. Instead, it demands engagement, it challenges your perceptions, and it rewards you with an experience that feels earned. The allure is not just in the stunning beauty of its mosques and palaces, but in the thrill of discovering a world hidden behind a wall of headlines. There is a powerful fascination with the forbidden. The very warnings that are meant to deter travelers can, for a certain type of person, act as a magnet. It signals a place untouched by the global tourist trail, a corner of the world where one can still have a genuine adventure. This is not about reckless thrill-seeking, but about a desire to see for oneself, to form one's own opinions based on direct experience rather than second-hand reports. These travelers are driven by a deep curiosity to understand a culture and a people that are often portrayed in monolithic, negative terms. They go to find the humanity behind the politics. The stories that come out of Iran are consistently powerful. They are tales of overwhelming kindness from strangers, of shared meals in family homes, of intellectual conversations in quiet tea houses, and of moments of breathtaking beauty in ancient ruins. These personal connections become the defining feature of the trip, eclipsing the anxieties that may have preceded it. The warmth of the Iranian people acts as a powerful antidote to the fear generated by news reports. Visitors leave not just with photographs of stunning landscapes, but with memories of human encounters that affirm a sense of shared global community, a feeling that is more important now than ever. Ultimately, Iran's enduring allure is that of a complex, captivating, and deeply misunderstood nation. It is a land of poets, artists, and survivors. It is a cradle of civilization that continues to stand proud despite the immense pressures it faces. To travel there is to embark on a journey that is as much about self-discovery as it is about exploring a foreign land. It forces you to confront your own prejudices and to appreciate the intricate beauty of a culture far from your own. For those who are willing to look beyond the risks, Iran offers a profound and unforgettable lesson in history, hospitality, and the resilient spirit of humanity. It remains, and will likely always remain, one of the world's most compelling destinations.